The stock market set new highs in 2019 with the major indices tracking on some solid gains. The Dow finished up 22%, the Nasdaq gained 35%, and the S&P 500 index nearly 30% higher at the end of the year. Hard to argue with that. The markets are closed today, but what will tomorrow and the new year bring? Let's ask Chris Markowski. He's the host of Watchdog on Wall Street radio show and president of Markowski Investments. How are we doing?
Happy New Year, Carl. Happy New Year, Emma. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Well, I hope you did well at your portfolio this past year. Great numbers, right?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, and we are going to talk about the new tax laws that are taking effect this coming year. Tell us what we can expect.
Well, listen, one of the most important things out there is, well, you want to save money in your taxes, just put money away. Meaning your 401ks, your IRAs, whatever plan, if you're a teacher, to your 403bs, all of those accounts are very, very important. This year, they're raising the amount of money you can put away, which is great. Not to mention the fact, the catch-up provision for people that are 60 years old, once you go 50 years old, excuse me, you can raise an additional $6,500 a year you can put away.
Wow. That's an impressive thing. Now, on the backs of, I know we're going into the weeds here a little bit, on the backs of the potential China deal, what do you see on the investment side for 2020?
Well, listen, I think a lot of the trade deal was kind of baked into the market to some degree. That's why we didn't see a huge upswing in the market when the deal was done. It was kind of baked in. People were kind of assuming it was going to happen. Now, Donald Trump's going to be signing the first provision. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's January 15th.
Correct.
He announced that signing ceremony. Going forward, if we can get further gains, and most importantly, in regards to intellectual property rights, that's going to be great, not only for trade, but also for businesses here in the United States, that they can actually protect themselves and the things that they invent and come up with.
You know, I have a couple people that are worried. They're like, well, the stock market's so high. Is it worth getting in now? And I tell them, look, I'm not a stockbroker. I don't know much about the market.
Yeah.
I understand, but I do know that, you know, it's going to be hard to take a hard, steep dive downward at this point, the way the trajectory is going. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, listen, markets can drop at any point in time. And one of the things that I don't do is try to guess what the market's going to do tomorrow. It's an exercise in futility. When you're doing well in the market, a certain part of your portfolio does well, you need to trim it a little bit. It's like the Mr. Miyagi approach from Karate Kid. It's like a bonsai tree. You got to cut here and you got to snip here and you got to rotate assets into other areas. If you do that, you're going to do fine. But trying to time the market, please don't do that. It's just a guessing game, and you might as well go to Vegas and play a roulette wheel, because they'll give you a free drink or two, I guess.
All right. In the meantime, let's think of maybe some realistic money resolutions that people could have in this new year. Any tips or advice?
I try to tell people all the time, pay yourself every single month. What I mean by that is you make yourself almost like a bill, to the sense where you say, you know what, I'm taking this amount of money every single month and I'm putting it away. And you do that, and you don't go crazy. You don't try to say, you know what, I'm going to live this ridiculous lifestyle like a monk, because then you know what, you're not going to do it. Something realistic you put away every single month, and you don't deviate. You don't say to yourself, wow, the markets were down last month, things look tough, I'm not going to put money away. No, pay yourself every single month. That's the key.
No, it's kind of like a diet plan where they say don't go too extreme right out the gate.
Right, absolutely. All about trying to maintain it.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Chris Markowski, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.